Hola y bienvenidos al podcast de los usos de ser y estar. Soy señora Stanias. Welcome to the review about the uses of ser and estar in Spanish. They both mean to be in Spanish and in English, so we need to review when do we use ser and when do we use estar, since they are not interchangeable. We're going to start by looking at ser. Make sure that you are using the worksheet that I've given you in class as you fill in these reasons to use both ser and estar. With ser, it tells the who or the what the subject is. As in this example, we're talking about nationality or origin. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de México, or soy mexicano. We also use ser to express professions. So Patricia es maestra. We will also use ser to talk about physical traits and basic personality traits. ¿Cómo son los autobuses? Los autobuses son cómodos. ¿Cómo es la chica? La chica es muy guapa y bastante inteligente. We use ser to discuss possession, who something belongs, who belongs to. ¿De quién es la flor? Es de Juana. We'll also use ser to talk about material of composition. In other words, what something is made of. So, la mesa es de madera. We will also use ser when we're talking about time, day, or date. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 2. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es lunes. ¿Cuál es la fecha? Es el 31 de diciembre. So, quick recap, here you are. The who or what the subject is. If you do need time to stop this podcast at any time, be sure that you pause it and write down any notes that you need to take, either on the worksheet I've given you or in your notebooks. We're now going to move on to the uses of estar. Remember, estar is used to describe states and conditions, especially when they are temporary and subject to change. One of those situations is when we're talking about spatial relationships. El cine está en la otra calle, cerca del hotel. Also use estar to talk about the health of a person or persons. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, estoy mal, or estoy muy enfermo. We use estar also with physical states or conditions. ¿Quién está ausente? Oh, Patricia está ausente. ¿Puedo usar el teléfono? No, la línea está ocupada. We will also use estar for the emotional states. Enrique está muy nervioso porque tiene un examen mañana. We will use estar for some weather expressions like está nublado. Estar is used for permanent locations. La casa está al lado de un lago en el bosque. And also for temporary locations, such as ¿Dónde estás? Estoy en la clase de español. And estar will be used with progressive tenses. El chico está jugando fútbol. El chico estaba jugando cuando se cayó. So again, here's a quick review of the uses of estar. Again, pause as needed to fill in your notes. And notice that on your page there is also some times when the adjective is going to change the meaning or the connotation according to whether they're used with ser or estar. The first example is when ser is going to be used for an inherent characteristic or norm, something we believe to be the normal. And if you use estar in the situation, it's something that is subject to change. So the difference between la manzana es verde y la manzana está verde. And the first one, it just happens to be a green apple, whereas in the second one, it is not yet ripe. There are situations where we'll use ser to describe the permanent trait, but with certain adjectives, if you use estar, it's in a temporary condition. The difference between la profesora es aburrida y los profesores están aburridos. And the first one, she's a boring person. She doesn't teach very well. Whereas in the second, the teachers, they are bored by whatever's going on. And I've given you a couple of other examples on your sheet to fill in. The third time we want to look at is when Ser is the objective reality, whereas Estar has to do with the appearance of someone. So in this case, we have Julia es joven. Ella tiene 8 años. Es increíble que Susana sea su abuela. Ella tiene 80 años, pero está tan joven. Parece que tiene no más que 50 años. The difference being, obviously, in the first one, Julia is simply, she's a young girl. Whereas in the second one, her grandmother, Susana, just doesn't look like she's 80. So she has an appearance of someone younger than that. So there we are. Make sure that you fill in your Google Docs after this podcast. Please make sure that you ask any questions that you have about the differences between Ser and Estar. Muchas gracias y hasta luego.